everyone, welcome back to my channel. So here I am, no makeup on except for a little brow pencil. I have a nice blemish over here, but this is real life. And I'm here fresh face for you because we are testing out the new L'Oreal Skin Paradise Water Infused Tinted Moisturizer. This has aloe vera and also witch hazel. And I'm assuming the witch hazel might be good for my oily skin, so that's kind of exciting. I am on the oilier side, but I feel like with this ingredient of witch hazel, this might be good at controlling the oil plus hydrating. We're gonna have to find out. I did pick up the shade Light Clair 2. I had the medium in my hand, but then I kind of did a little peek, like I opened it in the store and it looked very dark. Even this shade 2 for Light Clair is definitely on the, I would say it's definitely a true medium kind of shade with a lot of golden undertones to it. But I do think it's a very sheer application, I think. I'm not too sure. This is supposed to give 24-hour hydration, and it's also supposed to give you a fresh glow with luminous coverage. And that's all it says. That's it. I don't know. This is all the info that I have. Packaging is really cute. I like how it's a squeezy tube, and as you can see too, it has little water reflex on it, which is a really nice little added touch. I do like a squeezy tube. It's easy to get the product out. As you can see here, it is definitely golden. So for a light kind of shade, it's very golden actually. Very, very golden. Has a really nice silky feel, like a little bit of a slip to it, almost like a primer kind of feel. But again, definitely on the deeper side for a light kind of shade. So I'm on the website here. It looks like they have 11 shades, I believe. I don't know what each drugstore will carry. They might not carry the whole range, but I'm on a website here and they do have a shade that's called Deep 05 and it is very dark. So I think they have a good variety of shades for all different skin tones, which is nice to see. So the packaging doesn't really have any information on it. This is what it says. Take your skin to paradise and awaken a fresh, glowing complexion with this tinted moisturizer. Apparently it does include a broad spectrum SPF 19, but this is on the American website, so I don't really know about Canada. I'm not too sure about that. It's supposed to give you a lightweight natural coverage, up to 24-hour hydration, also oil-free, so it does not clog the pores, suitable for sensitive skin. It also contains 70% water-infused blend of aloe vera plus witch hazel. Okay. For the application method online, it does say apply 15 minutes before sun exposure, but honestly, if this does have SPF 19 in it, or the ones in the States if they have it, don't rely on this to be your SPF. This is not good enough, okay? I'm telling you, the best anti-aging ingredient is an SPF, and you need at least, I'm going with 50. Like I do a high SPF. Okay. So we're gonna try this out. We are going to test it. I don't really know what the best application method will be. Sometimes I do find with these skin tints, sometimes a beauty kind of sponge doesn't really work. Maybe the fingers might work better, I don't know. So first I'm gonna take the Smashbox Blurring Foundation Brush and I'm gonna put some of the product on here. I don't really smell anything. See, you can see it's very golden, very. I don't have any primer on. I kind of haven't been using a primer lately. Some days I use one, but it's not all the time. Let's see how the zit does. I actually like this shade. It looks darker, I would say, when you first squeeze it out, but because the product is sheer, or I would say a very light, glowy coverage, it's definitely forgivable. If I had to get the darker shade that looked super, it did look very golden in store, definitely deeper than what this is. I probably could have made it work, but it wouldn't have been a great match for me, I don't think. There's no smell, really. I can't really smell anything. It might just smell like a fresh, clean smell. I've actually been really enjoying lightweight foundations lately. Not a lot of coverage. Again, I really love the L'Oreal, the new one with the hyaluronic acid. I love that one. I find for the most part my skin, I don't really have a lot of breakouts. Today I have a little bit of a zit, but for the most part, I feel like I don't need a ton of coverage and I just use concealer in the areas that get a little bit more red or splotchy. But first impressions, I'm liking it. So here's one side with, then one side without. So up close, my skin definitely looks very hydrated. It does have a nice glow to it. The thing is though, I do set my face with powder because if I don't, the foundation will just lift off my face. So the glow, when I set it, will probably disappear. But yeah, I do like this brush when I applied it, so that was good. Now for this side, normally when I do apply foundation, I do go in with my little wet sponge. This one's from Quo at the drugstore. Let's just see what happens. I feel like the brush might give you a more even application. I do find for some reason the beauty sponges with like a tinted kind of moisturizer lifts the product. I'm not a fan, so I'm actually going to stop using this. I'm not a big fan of the sponge with this product. I'm actually going to go in with the fingers. I know a lot of people just like to use their fingers, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it's blending in really nice. Honestly, it feels very hydrating on the skin. Has a nice little slip to it. It almost feels like you're applying a primer. The skin feels a bit tacky, but not like sticky tacky. It just feels very hydrated. And again, I really like the brush, and I also like the finger application. I think they're both a very great way to apply the product. I find I have the same issue too with the L'Oreal, the Nude Hyaluronic Acid as well. I really don't love to apply it with my sponge. And I find there's really not a difference between the finger application side and the brush. They're pretty much equal. I would say the coverage on here is definitely a light to medium. It's definitely not sheer, that's for sure. My zit, you could still kind of see poking through. I'm gonna need definitely some concealer to hide that. But when I compare it to this foundation here from L'Oreal, this is what I'm talking about that I really enjoy. This has less coverage, I would say. So if you like the kind of feeling of this foundation, but you don't like the coverage aspect, maybe try this guy because I feel like it gives you more with the same kind of feel to it. Also, if you like the Chanel Le Beige, this guy right here, honestly, it gives you zero coverage. I find it gives you like a slight wash. This is for somebody with like perfect skin, likes to look like they have absolutely no makeup on. I think this is a great product, but I probably wouldn't buy it again because I just don't feel like it does enough for me because this has like no coverage at all. So if you love this from Chanel, this might be too much coverage for you, but you might like this. Okay, I'm gonna start to layer some products just to see how it works with powder and everything else. So I'm gonna take some of my Dermablend concealer. This is in the shade 23N. I love this concealer. So I'm just going to take some and apply it to my under eyes where I have some dark circles. Also this zit. I apply a little bit here. I get some redness. Same with here. I normally blend this out with a beauty sponge, so I'm just going to go in. This concealer is really good. It really does a great job at covering blemishes, and it really does a good job. I find it lasting all day. Love using it on my under eyes. Now I am noticing one thing actually as I'm blending in my concealer. Let me zoom it in so I can show you. I don't know if you can see too well, but right here in the corner of my nose, I have a dry patch and it's really accentuating that dryness. The other side of my nose is not like that. So I do think if you have like very dry skin, it might cling possibly. I'm not too sure. Not too sure on that, but it did cling over here. I always use the Laura Mercier powder to set my under eye lately. I've been really liking it. So I'm going to take my little sponge. I love this little sponge. It's from Makeup Forever. Actually, it came with their powder, their loose powder. So I'm taking the little sponge and I'm going to press that underneath my eye. So again, if you really like glowy foundation, obviously do not set this with powder because you're just going to take away the glow. But for me, I have to at least set the T-zone, because if I don't, we are going to have some issues. So it actually looks good with the powder on top. It did not make my skin look weird or blotchy, which is nice because as we know, sometimes foundations or tinted moisturizers don't really work with all different kinds of products. I actually really love this setting spray. This is by Florence by Mills, the Zero Chill Makeup Setting Spray. It's awesome. I ran out. So what I've done now is I put the Dermablend setting spray in this bottle because this bottle has the best mister you'll find in a setting spray. There's no like splotchiness. It is the perfect mist. So yes, what I would suggest to you is go buy this because this is absolutely amazing. Use it all. And then if you want to go maybe on the cheaper route or get something a little bit more affordable, fill it up with something else, baby, because this, the mister, the best. I love it. Okay, so far my initial reaction to this is I think it's nice. I do though think if you have dry kind of textured areas, if you set it, it might look a little patchy, might look a little dry, but I'm not too sure. Again, with a tinted moisturizer, a lot of the times people, when they buy something like this, they're just wearing it by themselves. It might be a no makeup day kind of look. They throw a little bit on, a little mascara. That's probably what I will do going forward with this product. I'm not too sure. But again, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, probably film another video, but I will be back for a check-in. The time currently is 12 p.m. So we're going to come back. I'll come back after in a while and give you some of my final thoughts and reviews. But yes, stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm checking in. It is 6 o'clock. I applied this around, I think it was about noon, so I've had it on for a good amount of time. What I can say about this is that I'm actually shocked because I feel like I'm not that oily. I do have a little bit of oil forming on my nose and maybe a little bit on my forehead, but I'm not super oily. Usually by now I would definitely need to blot my face, which I have not done. Obviously I did set this with powder because I had to. I know on like a normal day, if I just had to run to the store, usually I don't do the whole setting thing, but if I'm wearing it and reviewing it, if I want to wear it like an everyday foundation, this is how, or a tinted moisturizer, this is how I would wear it. But overall, I really think that my skin looks natural. I think because this does give me 24-hour hydration, plus it has the witch hazel, it's great for oily skin as well because it is oil free. So I think if you're like me combination, I think you're going to enjoy this for sure. Obviously, if you have more of a dry skin type and you don't love setting anything with powder, I think this will look so beautiful on you. I think this would also be great too for mature skin because it gives you that glow. It's very lightweight. It does give you about a light coverage, I would say. So it definitely will even everything out. And if you don't like wearing powder, I think it's going to make you look very natural. But overall, I think it's a really great foundation. I would be wary about the coloring system. Again, this is light 02, and in my opinion, this is not a light shade. Definitely very golden of an undertone, but it's very forgiving. As you can see, it blends out. Feels like a nice hydrating water with a little bit of like a primer in it. So definitely easy to blend. I really enjoyed blending it with my fingers and with the actual makeup brush, but when it came to using the sponge, this wasn't my favorite method of application. Overall, I really think this is a great little tinted moisturizer. You know, the skin tints are all the rage right now. This definitely gives you more coverage than, like I said, the Chanel. It gives you more coverage than the new L'Oreal, the nude hyaluronic acid as well. So if you're looking for a skin tint with a little bit more coverage that feels very comfortable on the skin and also wears great on normal to combination skin as well, I think you'll really like this. All right, this will be the end of my review. I really hope you did enjoy it. If you did, as always, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.